Hey everyone, it's Simba Monkey, and I'm making this video because I want to post it for today, and I don't know if I'd be able to edit it in time to post it for today, because today is the 1 year anniversary of a tragic event that happened. I don't know how many of you guys heard of it, but back in 2012, I'd been sitting in my film history class, and one of the teachers had walked in and said to our teacher, "Did you hear about the shooting down down in the United States?" And she was like, "Oh no, what is it?" And it's like, "Oh, it was an elementary school." And so immediately all of us, because we all had laptops for that class, opened up our laptops, looked at it, and we found out about the Sandy Hook shooting, and we found out about how children were being murdered and stuff like that. And a lot of us just couldn't believe the fact that it was an elementary school. And so we were just in shock and in awe that this man had came into an elementary school and shot and killed 20 elementary students from age 5 to 10. And it's just really heart-wrenching. And as much as school shootings is a horrible thing, when you think of a high school shooting, it's horrible, but they've lived a bit of their life. When you think of an elementary school, it's more heartbreaking because they're children and they're young and they haven't experienced anything and they haven't seen what life can offer, and it's taken away from them so fast. It's really horrible. So pretty much for those of you who don't know what Sandy Hook is or anything about it, here's a little information. On December the 14th, 2012, 20-year-old Adam Lanza, I think I might be pronouncing that wrong, fatally shot 20 children and 6 adult staff members. Before driving to school, Adam shot and killed his mother in their Newtown home, and then he proceeded to go to Sandy Hook, where while the morning announcements were going on, he pretty much proceeded to go into a shooting range. So here's just a little shooting time. So sometime before 9:30, he had shot and killed his mother, Nancy Lanza, age 52. And about at 9:35, using his mother's rifle, he shot his way through a glass window in the front of the school. He was wearing black clothing, earplugs, a utility vest, and carrying magazines for the rifle. The principal and the school psychologist were meeting other staff members when they heard the gunshots. And pretty much the psychologist and the lead teacher, Natalie Hotman, immediately left the room. They rushed to the source of the sound and encountered and confronted Adam. The staff members who were in the meeting said the 3 women called out, "Shooter, stay put," which alerted their staff, like their colleagues, to the danger and saved their lives. Adam then killed both the principal and the psychologist. And pretty much the one teacher, Natalie, was first hit in the leg, then got another gunshot where she laid still in the hallway, not hearing any more noises, and crawled to the conference room and pressed her body against the door to keep it closed. And then a 9-year-old said that he had heard the shooter say, "Put your hands up," and someone else said, "Don't shoot," as well as people yelling, and gunshots were heard over the intercom. While he and his classmates and the teacher hid into a closet in the gym, the school therapist who had been in the meeting heard screaming, followed by more gunshots. A second teacher, who was a substitute kindergarten teacher, was shot, wounded in the attack. While the door was closed, further down the hall, She was hit in the foot with a bullet that recoiled, but Adam never entered her classroom. He then proceeded to walk into a first-grade classroom where Lauren Rousseau, a substitute teacher, had heard the first-grade students in the back of the room, herded them into the back of the room, trying to hide them in the bathroom. Lauren's behavioral therapist, Rachel Devano, who had been employed for a week at the school with the special needs children, and 15 students of Lauren's class was killed. 14 of the students were found dead at the scene, and one was injured, was taken to hospital. And she was 6 years old, and the way that she survived and the way she described it, what she did was while all of her classmates were being shot, she proceeded to pretend that she was dead. And that's just horrible. And then he then proceeded to go into another first grade classroom where it's not exactly 100% certain of what happened, but according to some reports, the classroom teacher, Victoria, was concealing some of the students in the classroom, or in the closet or bathroom, and some of the students were hiding under desks. And so Victoria was walking back to the classroom to lock it when Adam walked in and then killed her. Adam then walked to the back of the classroom, saw the children underneath the desk, and shot them. First grader Jesse Lewis shouted at his classmates to run for safety, which several of them did. Jesse was looking directly at Adam when Adam fatally shot him. On another idea of what happened, given by a child that survived, the teacher had moved the children to the back of the classroom as they were sitting on the floor when Adam entered. And according to this account, Adam nor any of the occupants in the classroom spoke. Adam stared at the children of people on the floor, pointed the gun at the boy seated there, but did not fire at the boy. Instead, Adam shot the teacher, Victoria, and then a first grade girl. Adam then reloaded his gun, and several of the students ran past him for safety. Students who ran out of the classroom escaped, possibly due to Adam's rifle jamming. Then pretty much another report, I guess, is saying that Adam entered her classroom, where then Victoria told him the students were in the auditorium. When several of the students came out of their hiding place and tried to run for safety, Adam shot them. Victoria put herself between her students and shooters, who then fatally shot her. Annie Marie Murphy, a teacher's aide who worked beside the special needs student in Victoria's class, shielded 6-year-old Dylan Hockey with her body, trying to protect him from the bullets that killed them both. Victoria was found deceased near the north wall of the classroom with a set of keys nearby, and 4 children were found dead in the classroom. 1 injured student was taken to hospital but was later declared. And the 6 surviving students from Victoria's class and the school bus driver hid in a classroom. And yeah, and so school nurse Sally Cox, 60, hid underneath the desk in a classroom, later describing seeing a door open, Adam's boots and legs facing her desk, then from approximately 20 feet away. He remained standing there for a few seconds, turning around and leaving. She and the school secretary, Barbara Hinstead, called 911 and hid in the first aid closet for up to 4 hours, while the custodian ran through the halls, alerting class. The first grade teacher, Catherine Rogg, she was 29 and hid 14 students in the bathroom and barricaded the door, telling them to remain quiet to remain safe. Adam is believed to have passed her classroom, which is the first classroom on the left-hand side of the hallway, because of the lockdown drill earlier. Catherine failed to remove a piece of black construction paper covering the small window, and so Adam may have believed the classroom was empty because the door was closed and the windows were covered. School librarian, Yuva Cheka, sorry if I'm pronouncing this wrong, and Marilyn Jacob hid 18 students in the part of the library in the school used for lockdown practice, and discovered that one of the doors would not lock. They had children crawl into the storage space where Yolanda barricaded the door with a filing cabinet. The music teacher, May Rose, barricaded her 4th graders in a tiny supply closet during the rampage. Adam arrived moments later, pounding and yelling, "Let me in," while the students in Rosemary's class hid quietly inside. 2 3rd graders, chosen as classroom helpers, were walking in the hall to deliver the morning attendance sheet as the shooting began, and Abby Clementine pulled both of the children into her classroom, where they hid. Lauren Fenzen, a reading specialist at the school, gathered 2 children from outside her classroom and hid them underneath the desk after they heard gunshots. Lauren then called the office and then tried to call 911, but couldn't connect due to the lack of reception on her cell phone. She hid the students for approximately 40 minutes before the law enforcement came to lead them out of the room. And the police heard the final shot at 9:40 a.m. and believed that it was Adam shooting himself in the rear portion of his head with a Glock 20 SF in classroom 10. And yeah, and that's just pretty much exactly how it went. And so on this, I guess, 1-year anniversary of this terrible, terrible event, I think we just need to be more aware. And as much as I don't live in the US, every day I hear about a school shooting, and it's really frightening, the fact that there's school shootings constantly. And I don't think that any of this should happen. And I don't get why this happens, to be honest, and it just doesn't make sense. There should be more gun control, a lot more gun control, and it's just horrible. And just yesterday, there was actually a school shooting in Colorado, which is the same place Sandy Hook was, and the same place that the Columbines was, the same town, Littleton. And one person is dead, like the suspect that was shooting, and 2 other students are in hospital. One is in critical, and one should recover fine. But this shouldn't be happening, and it's horrible, and I honestly think that people shouldn't have guns, and it's completely not right. I get that it's the First Amendment in the US, but it's not right. There's so many school shootings, and so many children, and teenagers, and so many shootings everywhere. There's the Batman opening shooting that happened last year. There's the Sandy Hook one. There's this one that just happened yesterday. Like, those are 3 ones. Oh yeah, and the Boston bombing. Those are 4 major events that killed people. Oh, we don't know about this last one, but that killed people that it shouldn't have happened. The Boston Marathon was a bomb, so that's besides the point, and you can't really prevent that because they use household items kind of thing. But still, a lot of these shootings can be prevented. And I know this is running long, but seriously, guys, if you live in the US and you own a gun, think responsibly. Why do you have that gun? Is it because it's your First Amendment, or because you're actually scared of something that's happened to you and you want to protect yourself. Think before you buy a gun, and don't buy a gun and let people have it. I was watching Bowling for Columbine, and in the video itself, it was said that a kindergarten, I think it was a kindergarten or grade 1 student, got a gun from his uncle's house and then proceeded to shoot a girl because she wouldn't share. He had a gun, a small child. So if you have a gun and a small child is in your house, lock it up. Keep it away. Keep it hidden. Don't let them get access. So don't let your small children have these guns, and just gun control, people. Gun control! I'm going to stop talking before she starts barking again. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you keep gun control in the US and stop shooting. Peace out. Bye.